Yes, people, PROZECH. You men are wondering who's going to be on the next episode of Kicks Chronicles, man. You know I don't play games, you get me, man, and I told you Big PROZECH's outside. So I'm ready in the spot, and I've got a special guest, upper echelon special guest. This guy's clean, super clean, you get me? Come on, man. What are you saying, bro? Jason Markk, my big Geoff is in the building. Kicks Chronicles, bro. Stay tapped in, G. Yes, my people, Big PROZECH back again, and you already know what it is. Kicks Chronicles, just look at a lifestyle podcast. Welcome once again, and I'm here with another illustrious guest, another very, very special guest. The man with me today is someone that a lot of us are gonna know from like the UK sneaker culture. It's somebody that is pretty much a mainstay. You're gonna see him at various different events. He's like, his Instagram's pretty popular, you get me? Especially if you like the running, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a running guy, bro. Original running guy as well. But also, just looking back over his history, someone that has been in the game a lot longer than probably a lot of people actually even realize. You get me? The UK and EMEA Marketing Manager for Jason Markk. We're talking to Geoff. Big Geoff is in the building, bro. Good. You get me? Brother to follow. Yeah, you get me? Our guy. You get me? Follows the man. You get me? Shout out to Big Follow, man. It's an absolute pleasure to have you, my bro. Absolute pleasure to have you. What I gotta say here, right, is I do this a lot, but I have to be honest, yeah. I met you at the Lorenzo G drop in January. Very, very important day for me and this podcast. Because didn't get the shoe, but I made bare connections.
I saw the last episode, bro.
Bro, this is it, bro. I've got a different shoe.
Come on,
the shoe's here, bro. I'll show you the shoe. Someone just gave, I had to bring it to show someone. But like it's a real full circle moment. Yeah. Like every time I have an opportunity, whether it is you, Fuller, Bradley, you get me, Chris Foster, who's coming on as well, FD, obviously that's just dropped as well. These are people that I all met on that day, as well as Lorenzo. It was an absolute blessing. So yeah, just like the energy I felt that day, not only from him, but like from all of the people that were sort of there, sort of facilitating the day, like you could tell like these are real ones, like, and you're one of it. Yeah, like I got one bagging photo of you and photos in the thing. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's been reposted a few times.
I think you threw it up on the
I'm saying that photo was strong for me, like, because I'm not even a photographer like that. And I'm like, that was a little bit of a moment, like seeing everything that was happening that day was sick, and being part of it was actually amazing. So I just want to appreciate you one more time, bro, for just being like a real one. Like this whole thing has been real smooth, you get me? Sometimes it's tough, you know.
We finally found the date and we're here.
This is it, man. This is it, man.
We're busy people, man. But we're here, man.
This is it, man. I know you're a very busy guy, but you know what we've got to do, bro? We've got to take it right back to the beginning, man. Yeah, man. We've got to take it back to the beginning, man. Talk to us about your first love. What was that shoe? You get me? What was that moment? What was that thing that sort of brought you in and said, you know what? Like, now we're connected, man. This the shoes and streetwear now, you're connected.
The first?
Yeah.
The first was pre-streetwear, bro.
Come on now.
My first love was actually quite similar to Lorenzo's, kind of like upcoming. It was love from football boots that kind of got me into crep. I respect it. But like my first shoe that was sick was a Tailwind 5. Come on. Yeah, it was a Tailwind 5. It was a GS colorway from First Sport.
Shout out to First Sport.
Yeah, man. Now known as JD.
JD
for the youngers that don't know, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, First Sport had this like colorway where it was like a blue to grey gradient, and then the midsole was like silver and the bubble was like yellow. Jeez. Yeah, so that shoe for me was like my in at school where everybody was wearing Air Turbulences, TNs, 110s, and like I never had a Nike before that point. I was young, really young, and I didn't know too much about it. It's only until like years later, I was like, oh yeah, I remember I had the Air Max, and I looked back at it and I found the shoe. And then a couple of years ago, they finally retroed it.
Yeah, I actually remember that actually. But what did they? Was it a blue pair as well?
So they done like a blue white and then a white. Like they got the blue white, and I think they done another one like it's all blue, all navy kind of colour. And then they done some like winterized or utility version of that as well.
Oh, strong shoe, bro.
And then they done a Tailwind 5 Plus. Or Skeppy and all of them, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. Like, that shoe was absolutely iconic, man. That's a very, very strong shoe, bro. Super, super strong shoe, man. So would you say, like, the Tailwind was the first one that gave you that, like, that feeling? Like, because I feel like a lot of us are chasing that validation, a little bit of a, maybe that, like, now I have a crep that stands among the creps, or like I can move, like, or was it just a thing of I just appreciated the shoe and that's what I wanted to get?
So actually, the story behind that was my uncle from Macau was here at the time, and he took me to First Sport and then bought me the shoes. And I got home, bro, I got beat in it.
Jeez.
My dad was like, bro, you don't take like free lunch from nobody.
I respect
So
it.
like,
oh,
you
my
know,
days.
Asian household,
That's a deeper
like,
lesson,
bro, for real, he was like, you know, like now that you've taken this off him, now I owe him something. That's kind of how my dad kind of put on me in it.
Okay.
But like, you know, it was either the Tailwind 5 or when I was in Garden Suburb. So that was like my primary school. I had a pair of playoff 12s. So,
really?
Yeah, black and white.
In primary school?
Yeah, so my dad got me those, and my brother had the same pair. There was a difference in like the younger infant GS size and then the toddler size. So I had a little metal eyelet at the top.
Where's he getting it from, bro?
I think it was also from First Sport back then, bro.
Really?
Yeah, man, it was just there, man. Yeah. And then my
That must have
brethren...
been sitting as well, like, people definitely weren't tapped in at that
Well,
time.
the thing is this is like, I'm pretty sure it's the Jordan of the year. So like, it wasn't, so like, I think it was like 97.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
So like, my brethren, which I actually met up with him for the first time after 20 years from school, he had the He Got Game 13s.
And he must have got them the year after.
So he must have got them like the year after,
yeah.
innit? And I remember that holographic heel on the 13s.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
And the thing is like, at that point, no idea who Michael Jordan was. But I knew it was on my shoe. But like, I loved Power Rangers. So I was running around the playground screaming Black Ranger, because it was black and white, innit? And then my dad was like, it's not Black Ranger, it's Michael Jordan, you know? Like, so my dad schooled me about Michael Jordan from young, innit?
I respect it.
So I think like, that had a longer standing resonance for me than the Tailwind 5.
I hear that.
But a Tailwind 5 was like my ticket into like talking about, yo, we've got like 6 air bubbles on the crep, means we can run faster. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, my crep's bigger than yours because like I've got two bubbles at the front and 3 at the back.
Bro,
and we used to like,
bubble
yeah, bro, like
is
we really,
crazy.
we really had that conversation going, you know.
Bro,
And
the idea of, and the thing is, it's so understandable for like some 11, 12-year-olds to sit down and say, you know what, yeah, we need to settle this. Yeah, because I got 6 bubbles and you got 3. So like, I just know I'm faster than you, bro, and I got the skills to pay it.
Yeah,
you get me, man? I love that. I love
so
that.
funny. It was so funny. And then that shoe got written off because I wore it in PE, I used it to play football, I used it to try and play basketball. And that shoe's made out of like a canvasy cotton material, isn't it? So like the uppers just got worn down quick. Shoe got beat down quick. Most expensive crep I had at that age, for sure. Beat down quick.
Oh, I can imagine, man.
Yeah, man.
That's a deep. No, we love that. We love that. We love that. Tailwinds and Tailwinds and Jordan 12s.
Yeah, man.
Early in the game, like super early.
That's why I got love for FD, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, I'll be real. When I first kind of saw FD on the scene, I wasn't sure because he had such a loud persona.
Yeah, strong energy.
But then when I finally got to like spend time with him and chat to him and see his like love for his obscure footwear, it really helped me see actually he really likes what he likes. And I feel like if you're talking about back from the very beginning, yeah, hype was always a thing. But like over time when you develop the love for it, you have your thing. You know, like an uncommon opinion is like the Air Max 1 for me is not the best Air Max of all time. Loads of people say, oh yeah, that's the hardest Air Max 1, like it's the hardest Air Max ever. Like for me, I have a couple. Like one of my grails that I always wanted was like the Atmoses. And when they re-retroed, I got them. you know.
Super hard crap.
Back
Crazy.
then, like Halfquake Max 1s, like, you know, Pat Accords. All of them when I was there for that time. So like Nike Town had them on like this massive glass display. So where you walk in where the escalators are now, there used to be a massive glass display and then the chlorophylls and the cords were there.
Crazy.
Do you remember that shoe actually went on sale as well?
Yeah.
The Patters went on sale.
No.
They didn't sell
I
it?
didn't know. I had no idea. So the patterns on themselves,
I'm sure the cords went on sale.
bro, that would cause the internet to melt down now.
It's Grail status now, isn't it?
It's unbelievable shit.
And they re-retroed it for their anniversary.
Like, see, one thing, and this, I mentioned this at the top, and it's really, really important that people like deep this. Like, this guy's been about, bro. Like, literally, like, because we were talking before, and obviously, you speak to somebody at like an event, you have like little bits and bits like online or whatever, like. But then, like, obviously, you saw this. Like, I started before the show, do a little bit of research, started going through man's Instagram. Bro, the thing goes back far. Just be respectful, first and foremost. Talk nice.
Definitely was on. I was
Caught the wave early. Let's be respectful.
Sure.
So they'll just put that right. They go back, like, I'm seeing like 2012 in there. I'm like, okay, put some respect on dude's name, right? But I'm seeing some of the deepest crap. I'm seeing like Air Yeezy 1s, Air Yeezy 2s. I'm seeing like early stuff and you're seeing a moment in time. This isn't retros. This is happening as he's taking the photograph. This is happening. I remember seeing a thing, yeah, like I'm super, because I saw it, right? You man, it's because Yeezy's important to me, like the original Yeezy ones. Yeezy 1s and 2s are important to me. I remember it was Yeezy 2, Van Wills, and Soul Love.
Yeah, Stevie.
You were like, Operation something.
Yeah.
Operation, it was always like, yeah, arting, we need to acquire all of these kicks, yeah. First photo, Operation this. Second photo, Operation done. Man collected the whole thing in 2 photos. I'm like, what happened in between, G? Like, I'm like, no, I'm looking at this thing and I'm looking at history and I'm like, do you know what? This is really, really amazing. But you mentioned something that was kind of interesting when you were referring back to FD. You were kind of trying to gauge, like, his temperature in terms of like what he liked and whether he was really a thing. And I'm not talking specifically about him, but is that something that you went through as like a you? Because obviously you started really, really young, and I'm assuming there were OGs in the game at that time that are probably trying to test your temperature, and trying 100%. To see really what you were about.
Bro, you were getting vetted early, bro. People were G-checking you from early, bro. And I think that's where I've kind of gained that mentality from. And I've tried to like push that mentality aside more now because of the nature of what I do, and also I'm a lot less like over prideful over materialistic items, because like back then it was more like, oh, if you had this then you have a certain status, and I know certain men that still hold that clout, and for me that's distasteful, because like I guess I went through that phase where I weren't sure, am I happy about the new gen, like doing up sneakers the way they're doing it now, doing up trainers the way they're doing it now, versus how I did it. But then I was like, in hindsight, when I was young, I was getting like G'd up by everybody about stuff that wasn't that cool, or people thought it weren't cool at the time. So like when I was trying to collect dunks in the earlier days, there was like a paint splat pack. You know, one of the dunks that I got was back in Harrow. There was like this sneaker shop, I can't even remember what it's called now, but like after college I'd go to this sneaker shop, and it was like, I think the early days of like having things like this, like Crep Collection Club, before reselling was really a thing. These men had like crazy colours, and there were certain people mixing in fake goods with real goods to like make it look like certified. And I was buying in things that had no real value, but like I just liked the look of it. So around that time, Nike re-retroed the Air Force 180, but they done the auto force 180. I know. So what happened was it was an Air 180 on a vulcanized sole, no air unit.
Oh, wow.
So it's called a water 180 because there's no air in it.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying? So they don't really put air to no names if they don't actually have air in it.
Okay, yeah.
So like, but the colorway was crazy. It was like a teal colorway and a white upper, and then it was splattered. Dunks were like crazy, all purple with a hit of Volt. You know, they were. If I look back at it now, I was like, why did I buy that shoe? You know, like why did I, like for me that was my dead shoes at the time, innit? And people would temperature check you. They would be like, yo, like you think you're steezing, but like actually you look like a bin bag or something. You know what I'm saying? You're looking like a hobo or something. So like I've always thought that I had steez. I always looked up to like the things that were relevant at the time, you know, like peers that were really into it. Some of those peers never evolved.
Wow.
That's the thing though, they never evolved. So that's where they were at. That was their pinnacle. And when they see new gen come through, and I'm like a middle child now. At my age, I'm a middle child, I say, because I'm tapped in with some of the youth. I'm definitely tapped in with the elders as well. And there's certain people I just don't chat to anymore because they're just too egotistic, saying, "Yo, I've been done that like 10 years before that, but like, what are you doing now?"
Bro, what have you done for me lately, bro? What you're saying is so deep. Bro, what you're saying is actually so deep. Some people reach their pinnacle early, and it's just been, like, I always say this to people, because when I chat to young people, I say, bro, don't make, like, your school years the best years of your life.
Yeah.
Bro, that's not even a quarter of your whole life.
Yeah.
Don't be the baddest man in your secondary school. That's not gonna take you anywhere.
Yeah.
You get me? You got a whole 50, 80 years to live, bro. Make sure your best years are not in year 6.
Yeah, for real. You know what's crazy about that comment as well? Like a lot of my love for footwear was driven from like non-school uniform days where I didn't get the privilege to have the latest JD exclusive or First Sport exclusive, Reebok Club C, workouts.
Yeah, brother.
Bro, what else was trending at the time? Even Converses were mad trending at the time. You fold the tongue forward and do the 6-loop lacing. Like,
Peter's smiling because he definitely did
bro,
that.
like it was, and then you'd wear like a New Era fitted to go with the colour of the laces.
Yeah.
You know, like
fully coordinated.
that was the flex back then. And then
fully coordinated.
Gee, like my best crepe at like it was weird. Like the older I got, the drier my crepe was. Like it didn't advance with the times. I had better crepe as a young and not knowing what they were than what I actually got when I got older. And that's no shade on my dad, innit? Because like he was providing for the family, he was doing this thing, and like I wanted it and I couldn't get it. So the only thing that I could channel that energy into was football, because it was something that he would buy for me, knowing that I love football, and that was the only other time that I could channel the want that I want from seeing Ronaldinho doing the flip flap and Ronaldo running in his silver boots, Roberto Carlos doing the banana kick, like. Toe 90s and Mercurials, that was the boot of the time. That is still the boot
it's
now.
Still the boot,
I mean,
it's being retro, bro.
Yeah, it's wild to see the Total 93
like,
getting.
And I have to put a little bit of respect on the Predator as well, bro, because this whole thing was a vibe.
shoe.
People need to understand how important, like, and I always get on my soapbox when I talk about football, because football was so important to my footwear game and my, like, streetwear game. Like, the whole thing, right? But I just, like, where America took their love for basketball and then translated that into wearable kicks, we didn't have someone to take on that burden of, like, maybe they had a Jordan, we didn't have someone to take on that burden and elevate our AstroTurfs into actual wearable kicks. Well, now you're seeing Grace Wells Bonner do that with the Samba, and it's like, bro, like that could have been, bro. It could have been like that. You get me? You're seeing that flap over. That was a Puma King, bro. You get me? I'm saying it was like that, but I'm saying, but that didn't even stop people from rocking it out that way.
I was there, man. Like,
rocking it that way anyway.
I was, bro. My last pair of My last pair of like Astros that I wore with like going out clothes were the Blaze Orange Mercurials.
Brother.
I think that was the last R9 like co-signed boot before he retired.
Yeah, that's...
So that was like 2000 and, I don't even know, bruv, I can't even remember, 2002, 2003. It was after that World Cup, because he retired after that.
Yeah.
And like prior to that, like, so my supported team internationally has always been Brazil.
Really?
Always been Brazil. Because like when I played ball, I was looking at Joga Bonito, I was watching Ole, I was watching Panakeo. Like I was watching, my love for football came from the Dutch and the Brazilians. Because they had steez on that 5-on-5 and 3-on-3. Scorpion football, that ad. There is no football ad till today that hits that hard. Do you understand? That chrome, when the chrome tempo football.
Bro.
Edgar Davids versus the Samurais. Like, you know.
So dark, bro. So dark, bro. The thing was so crazy.
Eric Cantona on the ship.
Oh, brother.
Cage
no,
football,
it was so dark. It was so sick. Bro, the Scorpion football was so wild, bro. The Scorpion football was so wild. Like, we live for those adverts, bro. Those adverts. And then obviously, like, in the airport, Joga Bonito, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that was before Joga Bonito as well. Ronaldo in the airport,
bro,
doing his thing.
Bro, I'm saying, bro, like, those are sick times, bro.
Totti.
Do you know what I need to ask you, though? Because we need to touch on something, because you mentioned Harrow, and I don't know, is that where you grew up?
So I grew up northwest London, so I grew up in Hendon.
Okay.
I studied in Hendon School. I went to Garden Suburb for my primary school.
Okay.
And then I went Harrow College, so I went to Harrow World.
When you look back in your mind's eye and you think about, like, okay, what crep was on people's feet? Like, what represented your area growing up? What do you see when you look back in your mind?
90s. 90s were like the hardest hitting shoe at the time. Bro. You got to also remember the phase where people were matching their Just Do It bags to the 90s as well. Then the goons would wear like an all black 90 and then they'd do like a baby blue contrast stitch, a baby pink contrast stitch. And then with their school uniform, they'd have like the baby blue Just Do It bag or the baby pink Just Do It bag. But these are also the times where the man then would put a sock behind the tongue, like skip out every other like layer and pushing.
Bro, respectfully,
pushing the laces,
respectfully.
Forward,
sorry, no, you're playing games now, right? Some people are looking at Geoff and thinking, wait, this is some young whippersnapper, like, because you're fresh. You're like your face is fresh. You get me? Like you're thinking this is some you. Bro, the guy was around. This is Benjamin Button, bro. I'm chatting to BB. You get me? The guy was always there. You never saw him. He saw you. Bro, the whole thing. Bro, the sock under the lace thing.
Yeah, man.
Bro, that's a new level. A lot of people don't know. And the thing is, respectfully, you will never do that. If you're watching this, you're Gen Z or whatever Gen you are, you're never going to do that because it doesn't really make sense, right? At the time, we saw someone do it and it made sense to us.
It looked hard.
It looked crazy.
It looked hard.
It looked crazy.
It looked hard.
Plus, that sock is underneath there, right? Don't think I'm wasting that sock by looping every single lace hole. Forget that. We're using 2 lace holes. It's 2 lace holes and we're going crisscross.
Yeah.
It's like this, yeah. So minimum security in the shoe.
Us men were worrying about the drape of the trouser on the shoe.
This is it, bro. And your tongue out.
What do you mean?
So when you did that, was your tongue out of the shoe?
Oh, is my tongue out? I was like, what do you mean?
Where are you going with this?
Let me check. No, I've been through many phases, bro. I've done it all, man.
Yeah.
I've had tongues out. I had like a rule where like the trouser never covers the shoe. I had pin rolls.
Yeah.
Like tight rolls or whatever you might call it.
Yeah, me and Peter
bang
down the pin rolls for a minute.
Like, bro, I'm telling you, there was game to that as well, bro. Like, you can't pin roll unless you're wearing selvage denim, bro. You've got to see the selvage trim on the denim, bro.
Bro.
You can't be wearing like H&M jeans doing up like pin rolls thinking you're hard, bro. You can see you're frauding, innit? Like, there was Japanese denim, it was Avisus back then.
Shout out to Avisu, bro. Because that was, like, Avisu for me, because that's end of secondary school, that's college.
Yeah.
Avisu for me, because let me paint the picture, yeah. UK garage.
Yeah.
Like, the scene is fire. Like,
Early days of grime.
Yeah. Like, these...
Man were wearing, like, certified man them in the grime scene were wearing fake Evisu.
Boom. Right? Because I was at the markets, bro. I know.
Bro.
And I was there as well, respectfully. Don't get me wrong, right? Like, we were seeing some of the most amazing streetwear coming out of Japan, bro. Like, that denim from Evisu, bro. Like, for me, because I'd never seen anything up to that point. I'd never seen anything like it. For me, that was so iconic. Like, that little goal on the back, and I was like, boom, I just need as much of it as I can get.
Yeah.
You get me? Like, without having any links or any connects.
Yeah.
Then I went from Evisu, because Evisu just flooded everything, and there
Yeah.
were so many fakes, right? Went from Evisu, then I went to Bape.
Okay.
Because when I started going to uni now, because the thing is flooded,
Yeah.
then I went to Bape, and people started gassing me, and people started having a go at me saying I'm wearing fake Air Force Ones. You get me? Like, but I was loving it. I was loving it. You man don't know.
Yeah.
You're not tapped in, bro. I saw it. Yeah, because I watched them videos. I saw it. You get me, man. But no, like, you're definitely chatting my chat, bro.
College was my unlock though.
Yeah.
Like, that was when game was on, innit?
Yeah.
That's when I went from, like, the best I had was, like, Uniqlo outfits to, like, I got my Bape game on now.
Bro.
Because you know what, like, back in secondary school, the man was wearing, like, Milo tracksuits and Hurricane 310s. So, like, as G Unit done their, like, Reeboks,
Yeah.
S Carter, Jay-Z done
Yeah,
their
yeah, yeah.
Reeboks, you know, the game done Hurricane 310s.
Yeah.
And these man were pretty much repping, like, the hip-hop steez. You know, them man were wearing
Heavily
fitted.
influenced.
Yeah, and then everybody's wearing Bape. But I can assure you, no man was wearing real Bape. Because they didn't know where to get it from.
Bro, I knew where to get
And
it.
if these man want to at me on the comment section,
Bro,
come at me on
You
Gram,
can, bro,
Gee, like, I did my thing at the right time when I could afford the real thing.
respectfully.
I wasn't there during non-screen uniform when these men were wearing academic tracksuits and that. Like, I wasn't there. I wasn't, bro.
Academics
I
is
wasn't.
crazy.
Because my dad wouldn't copy that stuff. My dad would think, like, why are you trying to act like you're hood, or why are you trying to act
Wow,
like you're black?
academics is wild. Shout out to academics.
Crazy.
I had the streets. So a lot of people were feeling that was, bro, it's academics, LRG.
Lot 29.
Lot 29.
Lot 29.
Stop playing about.
Yeah.
A little bit of Iceberg as well.
Yeah, Iceberg
bro,
too.
there was a lot, bro.
Crooks and Castles.
Yes. So, bro, do you know what it was, yeah? You'll get like XXL or you'll get the sauce, yeah? And you'll see them full page ads, bro.
Yeah.
You see them full page ads and you'll be like, bro, I just want to be that, bro.
Yeah.
Especially Lot 29 were bugging because they had all the characters.
Yeah.
Lot 29 were bugging because they had all the characters.
So big back at school.
Bro.
So big. Like, I remember, like, getting, like, a plain backpack, and I couldn't get no Lot 29 or nothing, but I draw Tasmanian Devil on my backpack. You know, I was doing up, like, getting a white tee and buying the pen markers to draw up my own t-shirts.
I respect
Because
it.
I was big into graffiti when I was younger. And my boy Tano and Jamal, them two taught me how to graph back then. And then I had, like, a ruler where you could take the case off the ruler and design your own little design in a ruler. Piece of paper that you slide into the ruler, and then you'd be able to kind of, like, just draw whatever you want to draw and put the case back on a ruler, and then the ruler would, like, look graffiti like.
Oh, okay.
Tagging up all my school books. I was tagging up, like, everything. So that kind of converted into my love for, like, design and graphics and then
I love
fashion.
that, man. And we're gonna get a little bit deeper into your career as well, because obviously now you're pretty fully tapped in terms of like talking lightly. But before we do that, man, there's a question I ask all of my guests, and I need to know, right? Did you ever dabble in the dark arts?
What does that even mean, bro?
Such a good question. I'm so glad you asked.
But
Hi there. So nice to see you. Sorry to interrupt the pod. I'll be literally 30 seconds. I just wanted to say thank you for being here. And also, if you enjoy the pod, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. It really does help. Also, if you're listening on an audio platform, feel free to give us a review, whether it be positive or negative. Just leave a review. We really, really appreciate it. Also, feel free to listen to our old episodes. And if you ever want to get in contact, if you want to let me know what you're thinking, feeling, or whatever, holler at me. My name is PROZECH on all social media. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, Ninja TikTok at the moment. So feel free to holler at me. I will always holler back. And with all that being said, I'll let you get back to the pod. Toodles.
Just watched Harry Potter last night.
No, not them ones. Not them ones. I'm talking about, bro, them Sports Direct classics, bro. The Slazengers. You get me? I refer to them as unholy grails. You get me? Slazengers, High Techs, Lonsdale's, Everlast. Did you ever have to walk that dark road, bro?
I had one shoe that was dead crap. They had 2 Velcro straps on them.
Of course they did.
Had a pod on the outside.
A pod?
Bro, it was obviously just glued onto like a...
It was just
It looked like an air bubble, but it wasn't an air bubble.
The casing out of the film with no air in it, man.
Wild shoe.
I have to ask everyone, man, because I went through it, obviously. And, you know, we come through on the other side, man. We come through on the other side, man. But what we got to do, we've got to talk a little bit about your collection. Once again, looking at the ground and just having a quick chat, a little quick chat with Geoff prior to this, bro. What was the number 4 something? Like back in the
small frame. And the Moab Plus back then.
You know what I'm saying?
Somewhere there.
Mid 400s, all right, we can have a little chat, you get me? Like, so we need to get into the EST of KIC, and that's where we talk about your collection. Okay. Right? Why are you laughing?
I don't even know if I'm proud that I've got that many pairs of shoes anymore.
You see, this is what happens, bro. And you've seen this before, and I get it, right? I get it, because now, like, you've like the maturity, and you're looking at consumption, and you're looking at space, and you're thinking, you know what, boom, bro. Bundle that, put that to one side for a second, bro. Let's chat Kicks.
Bring back old Geoff. Right, cool.
Put that to one side. Let's chat Kicks here, bro. We can think about that after. Right? Talk to me, bro. What is in your collection? What is the oldest shoe in your collection? Still viable, like oldest shoe in your collection.
I got a couple pairs from the 90s. So like one of my friends that I will not disclose his name, but he is vetted in the game. Holy grails, he's had that in his hand. And he showed me some bits. And I'm just in awe with what he has, because he's the same size as me as well.
Ooh,
crazy.
I saw his stress.
So I've always had this weird thing about trying to get a shoe as close to the year I was born as possible.
Oh, I love that.
It's also in one of my top 3 silhouettes.
Okay.
So it's a Moab Plus.
Moab Plus.
Yeah. So my boy Jimmy, he got given those years ago, I think, and they were always came in like a purple colorway. Like you might have seen a re-retro a few years back with the purple with the yellow swoosh.
Yeah, I remember the name.
They're night and day. Like the shoe is night and day.
Okay.
Because like you've also got to remember like back in '91 when the Huarache came out, and like '91, '92, the shape of the shoes were crazy, like mad crazy. Like the slant toe was mad.
Yeah.
You know, so that is the oldest shoe that I own. It's made in Korea. It's still got the OG ACG box. And then I have a pair of Air Forces from '94, canvas ones, mids. And I've got another pair of Air Forces, but they're Royal Canvas highs.
Crazy pairs. Crazy pairs.
Yeah.
Let's flip that on its head, like, because we've gone old, so let's go new. What's the latest shoe you've picked up?
The ALD Timberlands.
Oh yeah, okay.
ALD Timberlands, the Gore-Tex Timberlands.
Yeah,
I don't even actually remember what the name of that model is. I literally got them a couple days ago.
Yeah, that's strong.
They got like an oil slick croc leather. Yeah, so, but like it's not actually crocodile leather. So
it's just like embossed, right?
Yeah. But like that shoe is hard. Yeah, hard.
Good.
Very hard shoe.
What's his name?
You can see the switch up, right?
Yeah, no. I was even gonna say because obviously I follow you or whatever. Like, and I see like obviously there is an evolution of style. So I think it's a good thing for us to chat about because obviously now, like I'm definitely seeing like a few more Tims, like even that Peyton Black Tim.
Oh, the Veneer Ducatis.
Yeah, that's so crazy, bro. Like, but like
Those are hard.
Yeah, but I'm saying there's a way that you rock them as well. There's a way that you
Yeah.
rock them, man. So talk to us a little bit about your evolution of style, man, and where you found your comfort and where you found like where you fit and what you were like really like. What were you trying to emulate something initially, and this sort of happened upon your style, or did you have an idea in mind? How did that work for you?
It was Nigo and Pharrell,
Brother.
T.I., Ye. They were like my OG inspirations for style. And then you've got like the godfathers of streetwear, like Hiroshi Fujiwara, oversized garments, hip hop, you know, baggy jeans, to then baggy trousers, layers. Like back then it was a lot of color coordination. That was kind of like where my style came from. And like as I've evolved, it was more so, okay, you love this baggy stuff, but then when you get caught out in the rain, I actually hate the feeling of being in like wet clothes or wet shoes and stuff like that. So like, then it kind of evolved into like the functional garments. So like, seldom when it's like winter or autumn or spring, I'll always have a Gore-Tex jacket on me. Like 7 out of 10 days, I'll be in something more functional than I am fashionable because I can still make that look sick.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I look sick, but like this is what makes me feel comfortable.
I respect it.
And more time, the confidence that you bring through how you express yourself is what makes others feel that you look a certain type of way.
Absolutely.
You know? I still hold a very same sentiment that I've always had, is that I never want to look like anybody else. So through doing that, I've developed my own style by, you know, you have your gatekeeping kind of things between your boys and your friends that like when you find or stumble across a brand that nobody knows about, you don't want to tell people about.
Yeah, you're holding that.
And I don't, and if you ask me, I'll tell you. Because I need to make sure that even if I tell you, you can't get it. and that's how I like to be, you know? Unless you're my boy, unless you're family, you know what I'm saying? But like even still, I think like my style comes from comfort and function more than anything else nowadays. Like it used to be about dress to impress. I can still do that. I've still got Bape hoodies in there that are, I guess, like to other people that collect Bape and stuff, with grail pieces. But like ever since Nigo detached himself from Bape,
Game changed.
that for me makes Bape completely
Absolutely.
redundant. Like absolutely irrelevant. You know, and you know, it's actually makes me kind of sick seeing the way Bape is now.
Bro, you're absolutely right.
Because that was actually held in a very high regard in streetwear, and now it's almost like the next top man, top shop kind of brand.
It's crazy, bro. They're selling them on Shein and ASOS. No disrespect, but like this is something that you would never, ever. It would never be entertained. It was just not. It's not even a discussion.
It was never going to be a.
It could never happen,
it
bro.
Could never. Like
it could
honestly,
just never happen, bro. There was one shop. People need to understand, bro. Like, cause I was there literally every day. I worked on Regent Street, bro, and there was one shop, the Busy Workshop. Like it was Golden Square, and just off the Golden Square, there's a Busy Workshop. There's a Greg's and there's Hideout. You get me? I'm there every day, bro. I'm there every day.
I'm glad you said Hideout.
Yeah,
that was,
we need to shout out Hideout because that was the only way I could get BBC.
Bro, Hideout was serious.
Original Fakes as well, Cause as well. People weren't deep in neighborhood as well. Like people weren't deep in like what was actually happening. And by the way, like, and this was the time I was there. By the way, you come off there, you go across Regent Street, you go into Savile Row, and there's an EV bro, on Savile Row.
Yeah, man.
There's an EV on Savile Row. Oswald Boltang, you get me, EV bro, on Savile Row. Crazy settings, bro. This was the times we were growing up and it was actually mad.
Different, bro.
It's actually mad.
Different.
No, I love that, bro. I love that, man. Evolution of your style and how you've got to where you've got to. I feel like it's a great opportunity for us to sort of like start touching on like Jason Markk a little bit, man, and how you sort of tapped into that, because I think you jumped, you joined the group in 2016.
Ever since Nigo detached himself from Bape,
Game change.
that makes Babe completely
Absolutely.
redundant. Like absolutely irrelevant.
The man with me today is someone that a lot of us are gonna know from like the UK sneaker culture.
It was love from football boots that kind of got me into crep.
I respect it.
But like my first shoe that was sick.
His Instagram's pretty poppy, you get me? Especially if you like the running, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a running guy, bro. Someone that has been in the game a lot longer than probably a lot of people actually even realise. The UK and EMEA Marketing Manager for Jason Markk. We're talking to Geoff. Big Geoff is in the building.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Kicks Chronicles. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, rate, review, and all that good stuff. And remember, full video version is available on YouTube, audio versions available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.